A player's heart. A player's heart. All right, guys. Good day, guys. So, if you've not seen this movie, I bring you the best movie. All right. So, if you've not seen this movie, you're missing a whole lot. It's about Morisam, Uche Montana. Okay, let's use their name in the movie. One day, that is Morisam. Gina, that's Uche Montana. So, one day is a rich young man, right, who don't believe in marriage. So for that, he knacks anything knackable. Right, he's always knacking women, and he has two baby mamas in the process. So, and Gina, on the other hand, is a close friend to One Day. Gina is Uche Montana. One Day is Marisam. So Gina, on the other hand, is a close friend to One Day, and they were once neighbors. So things happened, and at some point, Gina lost her parents, and also she had issues in her marriage. So for that, she came to One Day for help. That One Day should employ her as his housekeeper. Alright, that One Day should employ her as his housekeeper. That she doesn't want any other thing because she has um what's it called? She's a graduate. She's a graduate. So One Day was surprised, like, why not in the company? Why as the housekeeper? But she decided that's what she wants for some reasons best known to her. Alright, so One Day accepted, and Gina started working in the house as a housekeeper. Also, when she started working there, One Day does no longer bring women home. Alright, he only takes them to hotel, and at some point it was even reducing that to the extent that his PA Hamper, what's his name? I don't Hamper, I don't know. Okay, his PA even noticed that there are changes of what's going on, because the PA has always been complaining, like, what's going on, always carrying or the carryables, always doing things, always knocking. So since Gina came, there was difference, big difference in One Day. He does no longer bring girls home, and even if he wants to go out, he doesn't stay that late like that, always thinking of Gina. So the PA was so surprised and at the same time happy for him. Now One Day has a close friend. One Day has a close friend. His name is Larry, and also a business partner. So they do things together. They do things. When I mean things, you should understand. They run things together. It's more or less like they share things together. If this one knock finish, this one fee still knock that same person. So they share those things together. Now when Larry saw Gina in One Day's house, he started making advances. But before he even started making advances, okay, yeah, he started making advances, and One Day told him that this one is off limits. He was angry, like, we share everything together. Why is she off limit and the rest? One Day want him to stay off Gina, that this is off limits, not for that they are sharing stuff. Alright, he did not listen. He still continued making advances at Gina, even asking how much will he pay to just knock Gina. Gina, on the other hand, was not really happy, and also threatened to report him to his friend and business partner One Day if he continues doing this, that she's not that type of girl. Now, One Day, in all his knacking, he has made it clear and known to Gina that he doesn't even do married women. Alright, that all he does is just single women, that married women are off his limit for a reason. Now that reason is because his father, like, the mother was kind of doing one or two to the father, and he was not really happy about it. I don't know, maybe when you see it, I must not tell you everything. All right, but there's a reason why he does not really do married women. And Gina, on the other hand, did not even tell him that she was married, but she left because of how the husband was treating her and all of that. So Gina did not tell him. So as time goes on, One Day started falling again for Gina, and Gina, on the other hand, was still having that feeling somehow. But some women. All right. So One Day started falling again for Gina, and at some point, he even told Gina that Gina will one day. All right. Now, I want you to go and see the movie. It's an interesting one. So One Day was about to travel to Abuja for a business meeting. His friend Larry came to the house and tried to knock Gina by all means, like tried to knock her by all means, forcefully. And luckily for Gina, one day came back because the flight or something was cancelled or the meeting was postponed. I've forgotten. Maybe you please try to see it. It's an interesting one. All right. Now, so one day came back, and luckily for Gina, he met Larry trying to knock Gina by all means, and this really got one day upset. He was so angry because in all his doings, he cannot do that to a woman. In all his doings, he can't do that to a woman. He was like, how can a man want to forcefully knock a woman? Like, it's not right. So at some point, he even started avoiding Gina because he was ashamed of himself relating or having such friend that can forcefully want to knock a woman. So he was really ashamed, and Gina had to talk to him that it's not his fault, and besides he never knew that the guy is like that, so he should stop beating himself up for something he did not do. Oh. So at some point he was like, Gina should go to hospital and check if there is anything wrong and the rest. And that was it. Just in the process, after they must have settled everything, they're now sweet again, doing their thing. Mind you, baby mamas are still coming, disturbing, and to the extent of bribing Gina to help them talk to Wendy to marry them. This one came, the other one came differently like that. Mm, Gina did though the way she can, alright, but Wendy is not interested in any of the baby mamas. Rather, he loves Gina. But still, mind you, he never knew that Gina was married. Not until finally Gina's husband, supposed husband, came and explained everything that Gina is his wife. This really broke one day when he heard that Gina is married to someone else. But Gina had to start explaining. But Wande was not really happy because he had already made that promise to himself that he will not have anything to do with married women. So he was broken. At some point, please go and see the movie. This is where we end this gist. Alright, it's an interesting one. Run down, go and see it. Subscribe, follow, like my videos, and share. Thank you very much for watching.